Alright folks, Swamp Booger 1, back again. I know it's been a while since I've done a video for you guys. I've been really busy, had a lot of stuff going on, had a lot of stuff I've had to take care of. So I'm trying to get back into the video making process and go out on some expeditions soon and bring you guys real footage of Bigfoot. But I need to set the record straight about something. These tracks that I done a video on last, the real Bigfoot tracks, and they are real. In my excitement and I don't know, in my excitement, okay, of finding the tracks, I was carrying on in my video about how they had no arch. And, you know, it dawned on me a while back that I was using that word wrong, because these tracks are nothing but arch. So, the part that I was thinking of, it's not the arch, but the bridge. You know, I kept saying they don't have no arch. That's the mid-tarsal break. I meant the arch. I mean, the bridge, I guess you would call it. I don't even know the word for it. I tried to look it up. I can't figure it out. So I'm just going to call it the bridge. But you know how when you look on a footprint, okay? Take this footprint for instance. When you look at this footprint, if it was a human footprint, this is the right foot. This is the bottom of the right foot. Let's pretend like it was human. There would be a bridge. There would be a connection right here. But when you turn it sideways, you can see that there's none. Okay? I was calling that the arch in the video. I was wrong. The arch is this. So this foot does have an arch to it. It looks like an arch. It appears like an arch. But it doesn't have that thing connecting it like a footprint. I mean, just Google pictures of human footprints. Everybody knows you got this part, you got the heel, and then you got that thing over here that connects to one side to help distribute weight and stuff. These footprints don't have that. Okay? That's what I was trying to get at, folks. These footprints don't have that. So what I'm thinking is that's a mid-tarsal break that we're seeing in these footprints. I would pick this one up and show it to you, but it's busted. And this one right here, I'm going to get to that one in a second. But yeah, you know, these footprints don't have that. These footprints came from an area that's very remote. People do go back there. We were back there. I haven't really come across any people. Actually, I did pass by one hunter. We passed by a hunter. Other than that, I mean, we've seen signs of humans. I found human boot prints and different tracks here and there back there. But these footprints here were in a place, you've seen it in the video. The video doesn't do it justice to just how steep and sandy that slope is. Sandy mixed with a light yellow clay, orange clay. But when we got these footprints, it was in the middle of winter. Okay? It was cold. You have corona and all this BS going on. I just don't see people walking around down there playing, you know, in the sand, in the mud and stuff, barefoot when it's 35, you know, even 40 degrees in winter here. No way. Next to a cold creek at that. I don't see it happening. In this area, in times past, we've heard a ferocious roar. I've talked about it. It reminded me of a jet engine going off. Intense roar. Another trip out there, we heard tree knocks. We got tree knock responses. Another trip out there, we had a whoop response. I've talked about this. We've found numerous broken trees You can check the videos. Anybody with common sense can look at the trees in those videos on my YouTube channel. Anyone with common sense can look at those trees and come to the conclusion that that's not normal. If you're walking through the woods and maybe there was one broke tree and it had green leaves and everything on it, and you said, well, maybe something happened to it. Maybe it's something natural. If you walk through there and there's 2 trees, it might be something natural. 3 trees, it might be something natural, it might be something else going on. When you get in there and there's numerous trees down and they're broken different ways, and the grass and the ground's not disturbed from a wind or a tornado or hurricane or whatever. The grass is all looking good. You know, the other little trees are standing up around them just fine that are weaker than they are, and they're standing. But these trees are broke, and some of them twisted, and they got green leaves on them, usually. Like, these are fresh trees. Something broke those trees. If you guys look it up, you know, they say that gorillas do that. I think even chimpanzees break trees to show dominance and all that stuff. So I already know that something's back there where we're at. The place is rich in history. It has numerous reports of people having encounters back there with Bigfoot. So I know I'm in the right area. And I know that these right here are not human tracks. Because I know where I'm at. I know when people are back there. I know what they're doing. Because I've spent a lot of time in that area. These aren't human, folks. And where they were at, the way this thing walked through there without just sliding down tells me that it is made for that terrain. Okay? This is a creature. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what type of creature it is. I don't know if these things, because these do look awfully human. So I don't know if these things are, you know, part monkey, part man, or if they're part something else. Maybe something spiritual and part man. Because these look awfully human, but at the same time, you can tell that they're not human. I mean, common sense tells me that they should have that bridge there. And if I get all these prints and none of them have that bridge, and these are, you know, a couple of different steps, and there's no, you can't see the line, you can't see that side of the foot that should be touching the ground. It's just not there. So I'm thinking that's the mid-tarsal break. So I don't know what these things are, folks, but they're real. And I know where they're at, and I'm going to get one on film. I'm going to record this thing. You watch. Come hell or high water, I'm going to record it. Okay? Now, since I've went back, since I've taken these casts, I have went back. I didn't record it, but I went back a few days after taking these casts to see if the tracks were still there, because I kind of wished I would have got a cast of the left foot. And there was some left foot prints down there, but they were all grainy and just not much detail. I went back anyway, and I got the best one. So I'm going to show you guys that. And it's not that great. You can clearly see a big toe. You can see the top part. You can see the heel. And you can see, in this one, it almost looks like that. There's that thing. The bridge. But it's not. I'll show you guys. First, let me show you these other ones while they're laying flat. Because remember, this one's broke. It's so thin. I got a little screwdriver underneath there holding it to where it would be at. That's about where the line should be. The crack. Crack runs right through there. See if you guys can see it. That's not the crack. It may look like it. That's not a crack. The crack's right here. Okay, look. It comes apart. The crack's right there. If we're to be even, it would be about, try to get it back. It'd be about right there. Okay. So look when you look down it. Look at these tracks. They don't have that bridge, folks. That's what I meant to say in my other videos. Now I feel like a complete idiot because I'm sitting here. They have no arch, and they're nothing but arch. But it doesn't change the fact that these are real Florida Sasquatch tracks. I know where they came from, and I know that they're real. And I'll tell you guys something else. Yeah, that's the left foot. I went back and got it. If you look at it, it really doesn't have that bridge either. It doesn't have it, folks. I mean, I could sit here and, you know, people would try to debate that if they like to debate, and that's fine. But what I'm telling you is, you could just look at these two tracks alone and tell that they're not human. Definitely not human. So I did contact Jeff Meldrum. Okay. Jeff Meldrum says they're human. He says that they're human because of this. This one right here, if you look at the pinky toe, he said it's tucked in. And that's signs of a shoe wearer. I think he's wrong. And I'll tell you why. Because if you look over here at this one, look at this pinky. Don't worry about all this crud up here. All this is overflow from where I had to stack the ground up around it to get the print. This pinky toe over here, if you see it, camera doesn't do it that much justice, but this pinky toe is sticking out. This pinky toe at the time is kind of tucked behind that other one, and this right here is all balled up, this muscle here, and the big toes flex forward because it was just the way it stepped. It stepped totally different in this one. The problem is these casts aren't that good, and they don't show enough detail. They don't really show enough detail like I wish they would. But I'm going to go back. I'll get better casts. Hell, I'm going to get this sumbitch on video. You guys give me time. And I'm going to record one of these things. But you just look at that. Folks, these are not human. That's a for real Sasquatch. Jeff Meldrum says human. I'm telling you guys, I'm starting to wonder about Jeff Meldrum. I really am. And you know, I had somebody leave a message, leave a comment on my channel. I had somebody leave a message, leave a comment on my channel, and they said something about, like, don't trust Jeff Meldrum because Jeff Meldrum keeps trying to push that these Bigfoot are, you know, ape, some type of great ape or something. And I think that's why Jeff Meldrum shot my footprints down so quick. Said, no, those are human. These aren't human. There's no way. Because I know where we were at. I know how cold it was. I know how hard it is to get to, and I know where it was walking. Man, you'd have to be like an Indian or something. I mean, you'd have to be so in tune with nature, you know. And whatever made these prints was designed for that terrain. But, you know, somebody left a message. I'm sorry, I'm digressing. I do that. It is what it is. But somebody left a message saying, hey, don't trust Jeff Meldrum. He's trying to push that it's an ape, and these things aren't ape. They are Nephilim, or like fallen angels in the Bible. You know, where it says there was giants in those days and in the days after. So it got me thinking about it and stuff, and I was thinking, you know what? You know, it is kind of interesting because, for instance, it's interesting to think about whether that is true or not. You know, because where I found these prints, they were just randomly there. And there was no real trail going to them, or them going away, or them, you know, unless they came up out of the creek. But then I was thinking later on, you know, if they came up out of the creek, they would have a lot of water on them. That water will be dripping off, and there will be water spots, drops, all in that sand. You'd see it where the water dropped off of them, and that wasn't there. So I'm thinking, hey, you know, these things, it didn't come out of the river. You know, I found those fingerprints there. Watch the videos. I found the fingerprints with it, thinking maybe it pulled itself up out of the water. But now, in retrospect, thinking back, that wouldn't work because there would be water drop, markings on the ground. There was none of that. So then I was thinking about how random these footprints was. So that got me going. Also, another big thing that got me thinking, are these things Nephilim? Is how mysterious they are. You can never really get good pictures of them. Maybe the Patterson-Gimlin film's real. I tend to believe that it is real. And, I don't even want to get into how I think he happened to get that thing on film that day, because it's deep, and I shouldn't even get into that right now. But there's something out there. There's no doubt about it. People see it all the time. We've had experiences out there. Other people have it. There's no doubt. No one can deny that the phenomena of Bigfoot is real, very real. And I'm going to do all I can to try to get the next footage of one of these. But let's see what else. I talked to this guy about these footprints. This guy's around here. He runs Bigfoot Moves. I think it's like a moving company. He's got a picture of Bigfoot on the side of all of his trucks, carrying a couch or something, I think. I've seen him a while back. It's been a while. He's a little further up the road from here. But he's really into Bigfoot too. The owner is really into Bigfoot. And he reports, he investigates reports. Somebody out front. No, we're good. They're just walking. He investigates reports from around this area. And I talked to him about it. I sent him the video. I told him about where we found them and the things that we've been experiencing down there. And he said, and when I told him about these footprints, I said, I couldn't really tell where they went. It was just kind of random. And he said, that's very, very common. I hear that all the time. So I know this guy's been into Bigfoot around here for a long time, years, very long time. And when he tells me that that's pretty common, for whenever you find these tracks, you just find a few random tracks, but you can't tell where it went or where it came from or nothing. They're just there. They don't make sense the way they are a lot of times, just like these don't make sense. They were in all different directions right there. And I think that there was two of them, because I seen smaller tracks that looked very similar, but smaller than these. And these are only 10-inch tracks. So I don't know if it's two juveniles or a mother and a juvenile. I don't know what it is. But I know that something weird's going on. And I'm going to get to the bottom of this. So, he's saying, hey, that's normal to find the tracks. Sporadic. Not being able to tell where they come from or where they go. In my mind, that goes right back to the spiritual. Are they some type of spiritual thing? That's what the Native Americans said. They're magical. Even able to shapeshift. I thought all this shit was crazy, but the more deeper I get into the rabbit hole of looking for Bigfoot, the more I'm starting to think, yeah, maybe they are. They're, interdimensional or something. I don't know. There's too much oddness that comes with them. Too much weird stuff that's unexplainable. Random footprints. And just the whole thing with them. People a lot of times feel super fearful. They see them and they just, oh my God, pure fear and dread going through them. I mean, that would be, to me, indicative of maybe seeing a spook or a ghost or something, a demon. I don't know. I don't want to be afraid. I don't want to get scared of these things, but I want to get them on film. That's all I want. I think if I had a pure video of them, I could tell better hey, is this actually a creature? Or is this something from out of this world? Or beyond this world, or whatever. Something from the spiritual realm. I don't know. We're going to find out. You guys keep checking back. The biggest thing I wanted to do is tell you I'm back. I'm going to get back out to my honey hole. I'm going to get footage. I'm going to film whatever I find out there. I left a DNA trap out there, and we went back checking it 3 or 4 times. Nothing touched our bait, which were apples. Nothing touched them. We ended up just leaving the contraption there. Haven't been back in like 2 or 3 months. So, you know, maybe we get lucky and find some DNA when we get back out there. Maybe not. Either way, we're going to get to the bottom of this. I want to figure out what made these tracks. I'm going to get it on film. I'm going to show you guys. I'm not playing around. These aren't human. And yeah, just keep checking back. Subscribe, because at least you're getting real stuff. I'm not just out making crap up. So I'm the real deal. I consider you guys the chosen few. That was my biggest thing. I want to tell you, I messed up talking about an arch. Yeah, they look like they have an arch. No, they don't have. They're not a full human footprint. Either that's a mid-tarsal break, or these things are superhuman, or something else. So keep checking back. Until then, just keep it real.